Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really glad that you guys are here with us, either on the Sensei Dave fan page, on the Veterans fan page, somebody's Randy Santel's fan page, somebody's fan page you're watching this from, somebody's YouTube channel you're watching this from. We are super excited. Usually we're talking about veterans and veteran suicide, right? But today, we're going to shift it up a little bit. We're going to shift gears and we're going to bring some positivity to your world today. And that's what we hope to do, is just have you smile when you're with us. And we got an amazing foodie. I'm going to call you a foodie, brother, because you like food. You made a living out of it. You got 1.3 million subs out of it. You're doing great out of something that you love. And I want to talk about passion as we just kind of progress in the conversation. I want to talk about things that we love to do. And I want to talk about your time in Athens also, right? So, Randy, won't you tell everybody that if they don't know you, they're going to love you after this. So tell everybody a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Randy Santel. I am right now, I guess I just turned 35 about a week or two ago. I just moved up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but my family's all from the St. Louis, Missouri area. Back in 2008, I got a degree in construction management. And then in 2010, I actually started as a professional eater. And so pretty much like on the show Man vs. Food on the Travel Channel, I worked in construction for a couple of years just to have the money to pay for all the traveling and everything else. And then in 2013, I committed and dove all in to becoming basically a YouTuber / video creator. And then now also kind of a Facebooker too. We've got 1.4 million following on Facebook and then almost 1.4 million following on YouTube. So I've got 9 food challenge wins in all 50 states and in 37 countries, including Greece. So I'm working on, actually, I just moved up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm actually in the process of becoming a registered dietitian so that I can retire from the food challenges and then use all my social media, my community that I've been building. I'm going to help everybody with nutrition and weight management. So
that's perfect.
Challenge wins in all 50 states. And then the goal is to get to 50 countries. So once COVID's all done and we can start traveling again, I'll get to go international.
50 countries. That's a big goal, man. And I love big, lofty, ugly goals in life because, boy, they push us, don't they?
They make it a lot more fun, that's for sure.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Rob, how you doing, brother? Talk to me.
Hey, too blessed to be stressed, Dave. Just another day. Glad to see Randy coming out here. I got the little food challenge for me today. I'm going to see how many granola bars I can eat for breakfast. I'm ready to go. So I think if you guys give me about 1 minute, I think I can eat probably about 2 or 3 of these things.
Good job.
Oh man, hey, Randy. So 971 wins. Is that right?
1,009 now.
1,009 wins.
We're going off the YouTube number. So
yeah,
I film a lot of videos in advance. I'm actually going to be taking about 15 weeks off starting in August to lose a bunch of weight. And so during that time, we're still going to have videos that I've already filmed. In real life, I got 1,009. So we still got a couple more months really to go until the YouTube channel actually catches up. We post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wow, that's cool. Hey, tell me something. Why? What's your why? Why did you get into this? Why did you start YouTubing? Why did you start food challenges? What's your why?
I would actually say that it all started as an outlet for just being disappointed, we'll call it. I got my first degree was in construction management in 2008. And then I moved up to Kansas City, Missouri from Springfield, Missouri. Both of my degrees I have now, I just finished in 2019, a degree in dietetics. Both are from Missouri State University, which is in Springfield, Missouri. I played college football for 3 years too. But I got into construction and quickly realized that it wasn't very fulfilling. I was an estimator. And so we would work like for weeks on these big jobs figure out how much they would cost, and then we would pretty much put our number in. And we were such a big company that most of the projects we were working on, at least my division, we had no chance in hell of actually getting the project. So all that work we were doing was basically a waste. You can make do and say it was all towards something, but in reality, it was all just a waste. So I was getting kind of tired of that, and I was kind of, I guess, putting more of my attention on after work. I was always an offensive lineman in college football and high school football too, and so I was bigger through all that. Knowing that I didn't really need to be that big, I started working on losing weight, working out a lot, working on my nutrition and stuff like that. And then in 2010, I found out about this. Did you ever watch the show Spartacus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a great series. But
it was. I loved it.
Yes, it was a good one. And then I know for anybody that hasn't, I think it's on Netflix or one of those shows, one of those things, those streaming things. But
I haven't watched it in years, but it might be on Netflix. But it's been years since they've had a new series, and it was.
And then to what was when this all happened. So I think they lasted 2 or 3 more years. So it's been a while since the show was on.
Yeah.
But they teamed up with Men's Health Magazine and then sponsored this 12-week body transformation contest. And I ended up competing in that for 10 of the 12 weeks. I was.
Is it when you lost 70 pounds?
No, not for that one. That was in 2000. Okay. So I was. I only had to lose about 25 for that. But I knew it was the perfect spot because in 12 weeks you can only lose so much and actually get to the point where you have muscles and abs showing. So I knew that I was right at the right point where I had just enough that I could really transform, but not too much to where I couldn't get there, or not enough to where I couldn't do a big enough transformation to win. So I committed to that, and I ended up winning a trip to New Zealand to be on the set of Spartacus: Gods of the Arena.
Wow.
Alice's lap, and she fed me grapes. It was pretty neat.
Really?
Yeah. And so then actually to celebrate, my buddy invited me to do a 28-inch pizza challenge in St. Louis, Missouri, where we're both from, called the Pointersaurus. And if you finish in under an hour, a 2-topping, about 11-pound pizza, you and a partner can win the pizza for free, which is like $50, but you get a check for $500.
Okay.
And I always knew that I could eat. I'd always been a big eater. I gained 100 pounds in high school from junior to senior year, trying to be a bigger offensive lineman. And so I always knew I could eat, and that was kind of a fun way we called it treat ourselves after a 2 months very strict diet. And so we did that and ended up winning. And then afterwards, I was a little bit hungry. I wasn't like completely packed. So I was like, oh, wow, I'm pretty good at this. And then a week later, I started looking into other food challenges and stuff. And then a month after that, I did an undefeated. 120 people had failed. It was an 18-inch deep dish pizza in Jefferson City, Missouri. And I won that, and I got a check for $450. So everything just kind of went from there. And then, I always knew that I could have something with it, but there wasn't really the dreams and the goals of everything I have now. So it was mostly kind of all just started by just kind of happened, just got lucky.
Curiosity, and you were curious, I think, after the first time, and you go 28-inch pizza, and I'm still a little hungry. I could still eat a little bit. I could eat another half of it easily, and so you kind of, I think, got curious and took it from there, right?
Well, yeah.
And started going, man, I could do something with this eventually.
Well, the food challenges were actually kind of would keep me motivated because I lost all that weight, but I wasn't playing sports anymore. I didn't really have good insurance. So I wasn't able to be too active. So there wasn't really a reason to be like that. So it was kind of a fun game for me to try the food challenges while working my construction job during the week, trying to keep my weight where around having abs. So it was almost kind of like a fun game as more of an outlet to have fun with. on my breaks from work and everything like that. So that when I wasn't at work, I was focused on whatever I was happy about, which was all that.
So do you have a super high metabolism?
I mean, I have a higher metabolism than the most just because my body weight is usually higher. But I mean, I'm gonna lose probably about 100 pounds before Christmas. But that is not going to be metabolism. It's going to be my work ethic, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll be probably 10 to 13, 15 hours some weeks on my spin bike.
Good night.
So, I mean, there's some times where I ride like 80, 100 miles just on the spin bike while watching movies and stuff like that. Or else the other big thing is sometimes I don't really want to ride, but I really enjoy just with everything I'm doing, entrepreneurial and leadership stuff and everything like that I'll be doing with the channel. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. So I can't really read fast, so I mostly do audiobooks. So I do all my exercising while like cardio and all that while listening to audiobooks, which helps a lot.
Yeah, big time. I listen to audio books or podcasts, a lot of podcasts as I'm working out, man, or going for my walk. I plug in some good motivational podcasts, and there's some amazing people out there that have done some amazing stuff.
Lifting. I mean, it all depends on whatever you're. I'm sure you guys talk about that. You can listen to nonsense or positive uplifting stuff.
Yep.
After the good stuff.
Yep. So speaking as one of my notes here to talk to you about positivity, right? You seem like you're a pretty positive guy. And of course, you're not perfect, nor am I, nor is Rob. But how do you maintain positivity when you lose a challenge? I watched a video of yours when you were kind of screwed out of the top 5 challenges that they just kind of robbed you of, and one of them was here in Greece, in Athens.
Yeah,
which I laughed at. But it sucks, right? It sucks to lose. It sucks to be screwed. But so how do you keep optimistic? How do you get positive? Keep positive after something like that.
You can always find bad and good things in everything. So I always try to see the good things. Like even right now, I mean, while moving, I tripped and fell over a big metal thing in my house and split my knee open and had to have like 24 stitches in it. And so, but also too, the positives were that I didn't mess up my joint, so it's not going to mess up my biking. I'm basically unable to exercise for 3 weeks. But also with that, there's a ton of internet stuff that I need to be doing anyway. So, I mean, there's always stuff that you can find positive in any situation. I mean, with our losses, I mean, if you look at our top 7 videos on our channel, I think 2 are losses. And so, I mean, YouTube doesn't pay me less for the views on losses. So, yeah, like there's an Indian food challenge, I think, which has like 6 million views or something like that. I mean, how much did we get from that and it was a loss. And then it's cool too, because I mean, our YouTube viewers don't want to see us win everything. Otherwise, there's no real guesswork to it or anything like that. And so it's almost more fun sometimes to lose. I mean, it's never fun to lose, especially when there's a lot of people there, but it's very kind of rewarding or whatever. People that follow the channel and genuinely follow, they like to see like the rematches where I go back and win when I'm better and all that. So, I mean, there's always positives in every situation that I try to find. I will say that I've been very fortunate I've never been through anything that's like crazy. Like my mom and dad are still together. We've had a great childhood. My sister and I have been very lucky. I mean, I only have one grandparent left, but everything's been pretty lucky and fortunate for me. I will say that. So it is a little bit different for me saying, always find the positives. Because I've never really had to dig too deep. But I've been through a couple things and just always trying to get up. I know one of my favorite books is called Fail Forward. So it's one of the things between every successful person is they've always, if they fall down 8, get up 9.
Yep.
So it's always it's not going to get any better if you just lay in bed.
Yep. You know, so I'm a motivational speaker and life coach and stuff. And so I tell people, you know, when you get knocked down, because you will get knocked down, to what point it differs, right? But when you get knocked down, don't stay down, but evaluate what knocked you down and why, right? What did I do wrong in this instance? Don't get in your head. Don't stay down. Take a moment, though. Take a moment to go, what did I do wrong and how can I make sure that I don't do that again, right?
Yeah.
Because you see so many people doing the same thing. If you didn't prep, I saw that you prep your stomach. I didn't know anything about food eating. I'm actually the antithesis of it. I do intermittent fasting, and I don't eat, and I go for a day without eating and just doing waters of crazy crap. But you got to prep your stomach, right? And you got to. So I saw that there's some actual preparation to going into a challenge. And if you get knocked down because you didn't prep right, if you didn't prep at all, you got to take a moment to go, you know what, I probably should have prepped a little differently, prepped a little better, prepped with some sauce, because you don't like sauce, right?
Well, there's a few different things. That video you mentioned, those 4 restaurants legitimately screwed me over. I mean, there's one thing, was it me, or just was it an exterior force? But then if it was an exterior force, what could I have done different to avoid that? And with food challenges, I don't know if you saw it, but my phrase is win before you begin.
Yeah.
There's things you can do if there's a restaurant that might screw you over. There's some things you can do to kind of help prevent that. Or else the only way to prevent it is just to screw them and never talk to them again. I mean, businesses. You don't let it get in your head.
Even the legitimate losses, you don't let it get in your head. And so that's kind of the point that I want everybody watching this to understand is it definitely is a choice. Whether or not you're going to let it get in your head and fester and just kind of just perpetuate the negativity, and you become depressed, and then you give up on your dreams. Because there were plenty of times, I'm sure, before you got to 1.4 almost million subs that you wanted to give up. That you said, dude, I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. But you also knew that you were living your dream. You were living something that was a little bigger than you. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I always knew that. I actually, this is all stuff that I would do for free. So, because I've always, there's ups and downs and stuff like that, but I honestly, genuinely can't say I've ever thought about quitting.
Really? That's super cool.
Yeah. Well, also, since 2012, I've always known that this all is going to turn into what I'll be doing as a dietitian. So I'll have a book coming out and stuff like that. Have you ever read Infinite Game by Simon Sinek?
No, I like Simon Sinek a lot. I follow him a lot, but I haven't read his book.
Yeah, he's got a book called The Infinite Game, which is basically all about how we're fighting. In reality, we're playing a game that we can't win. And that's basically the infinite game. So like my food challenges are all finite stuff, all contributing towards my infinite goals of helping the world have a better nutrition education system and stuff like that. The food challenges are all a finite thing that even if I stop food challenges today, I can switch over to other finite things that will help me work towards the infinite goals.
So seeing life as a stepping stone, and every piece of that puzzle of life is just another stepping stone.
Yeah, there's always other things we could do.
Just another thing. I don't subscribe to the what's your reason for being on this earth? What's your one thing? I don't subscribe to that. I don't think that human beings have just one thing that they're intrinsically motivated to do or excellent at, or maybe you're born with some sort of innate ability to play the piano a little better than others. but that doesn't mean that others can't and be amazing at it, right?
You more go by the buckets thing?
I more go by the fact that we are all capable. The level of work that it takes to get there differs, right? Differs, but you are certainly capable. The things that really hold us back are things that are very much out of our control. If you're born in Africa, or if you're born in Syria during a war, there's some limiting stuff there, right? If you're born in Syria and you're going to be like, I'm going to make $1 million next year.
Yeah.
That's
wow. Many things is now I have so many subscribers and so many, some of the videos get so many views that we'll be like frustrated when a video doesn't hit 100,000 views. But then you take a step back and you're like, really, is that what's going to happen in my day? Millions of people somewhere in the world, and here I am worried about less than 100,000 people watching a video.
Perspective is everything, and sometimes we get wrapped up in our own little bubble, and there's nothing wrong with that. We get fixated on what we're doing, but sometimes it's really healthy. It's very healthy to step back and go, this is not that big of a deal, or this is not that bad. It could be worse. And I talk a lot about agency. And so I don't like this pride thing, even though I served 24 years in the Air Force, right? In the US Air Force. Pride is something that I really can't stand that people subscribe to. Here's why. You're proud to be an American. You're proud to be Greek. You're proud to be Puerto Rican. You're proud to be whatever it is, right? You had no agency over that. How can you be proud to be that when you did nothing for that? You were just born, right? You had no control. What your skin color is, where you were born, whether you're a male or female, no agency over that. And so sometimes we let the pride of the things that we have no agency over overshadow the fact that we need to be proud of our own accomplishments. What have you done for the world? What have you done for your family, for your own life? You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think you're great. You're a great inspiration, and you're gonna impact many people in a very positive way, even more than you have. I'm sure of it, because your end goal, right, is, hey, how do I help people? How do I help people? That's what you're waking up and you're going, okay, yeah, this food thing is fun. It's great. It's something that I'd love to do, but how can I let this help someone?
Yeah.
Is there anything better?
Because a lot of people will start food challenges and they'll get all excited and stuff like that, but then they realize, it's not easy on the body. It's a very difficult thing.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
And then even once you do the food challenges around you, then it almost becomes a little inconvenience, because if you're going to continue to do it, you got to start traveling. And if you don't like traveling or the lifestyle that comes with it, you just quit. Yeah.
Look, I don't think that you make it a little light. You make it seem like it's pretty easy, but I don't think that it's as easy as.
I was meaning to add this to you. You were talking about like being born in Syria and stuff like that as being a thing that affects your limitations. There's only so many people that can do what I do. So it's like it's depressing. Not everybody was born to bench 315 pounds. So not everybody was born to eat 8 pounds of food either. So there's so many people with you can call it a gift or talent or whatever, but the genetic ability to actually be able to eat a lot.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. Genetic ability. Hey, your stomach has to be a little bigger than someone else's. No matter what your frame is, I would imagine, and I don't know anything about food challenge eating, but I would imagine you got to have a little bit bigger sack
Yeah.
And so if you're not, and we don't choose how big our stomach is before we're born. It's not something that you picked out of a lineup. I'll take that one. Thanks, God.
Amazon,
But you did a challenge. You ate some 28-inch pizza. You said, hey, you know what? I'm good. You might have looked at your buddy and he's about to puke, and you're like, where am I going to go with this? And your mind started going, right? Those wheels started turning, and then I think it's healthy to think about what we can do in the future, how we can explore. I talk about this all the time, exploring things in life, right? So many things in life. You don't know that you like to travel until you travel. And then the first time you travel around the world, you go to 2-3 different countries, you're like, I love to travel.
Yeah, it's definitely you don't know what you don't know thing with that.
No.
My first time out of the country was when I was 24, which was actually for the Spartacus thing. So we went to Auckland, New Zealand. That was my first time out of the country.
New Zealand. That's so cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my best friends, that's his favorite place.
Along with this, and I don't know how much you guys talk about this, but a lot of it too, and just is how you have your life set up. So one of the big things with YouTubers, social media, athletes, it always gets talked about is with what we do, it's not always a promise or a guarantee that the same amount of money is coming tomorrow. So it's more about my girlfriend and I, she's a professional eater as well. We just moved to Milwaukee. We're both pretty much minimalists. So the house that we have now is way bigger than we need, but also it's good value that we'll be able to resell as kind of an investment. And it's got room for our gym and everything else we wanted, but we don't have it filled with a bunch of nonsense with $50,000 cars out front either. I wouldn't be able to do all this too if I had gotten a girl pregnant at 20 or something like that. So it's about how your life's structured too. I've been single and able to do this without a whole lot of expenses. So, a lot of that life situations and where you're at in life also keeps you from being able to take advantage of opportunities as well.
Oh, isn't that so important? Oh my gosh. Decisions that we make today, we can suffer from for the rest of our lives. Okay. And or it just makes it so much harder to get
or doing shit like that. That's so dumb that you think you're invincible doing at the time. I'll be fine.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that a lot of people end up making those mistakes that end up being pretty permanent. I won't say permanent, but pretty permanent, And if
they're not permanent, it means you spent a lot of money that you took a lot of time to make.
Yeah, really, seriously. Okay, so I want you to tell if you can inspire somebody. So you're on stage today, and you're going to say a few things to just inspire somebody to go after something, go after a dream. What'd you say?
You watch Lewis Howes?
Oh yeah. Oh, you and I love the same people. Huh? Pretty soon you're going to be watching me, man. I am trying to get to that point. Yeah. So if you could inspire somebody, what would you say? What can, one thing, 2, 3 things, just to help someone think a little differently, or just walk away today and go, wow, I can.
I would just say that, and it's a very common thing. It's nothing revolutionary, but consistency. So you're not going to get to where you want to go with one day of effort. It's always just little steps here, a little there. Even on some people would call them vacation days. There's still 30 little things that I did to make sure that my day tomorrow is better. So it's always just consistently, I'd say number one is just visualize what you're wanting for yourself and what you're wanting to do. And then the next thing would be every day, figure out some way to take a step forward and work there. we've got, if you look at all of like the major million-plus subscriber channels, they all have, a majority of them have like an average of 1,000 videos.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how long did it take you?
15 hours or whatever in them. So, I mean, it's
Really?
a crazy thing that goes into actually getting up there. So you don't just start tomorrow and start making money within a couple months.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people end up giving up on themselves and their dreams before they really get to the point where they see the fruits of their labor.
Yeah,
and
harder now. I started in 2010. I mean, we've got probably 10 to 100 times more people trying to start as influencers and stuff. I mean, when I was little, we didn't dream of being YouTubers and stuff like kids do now.
yeah. So okay, so there.
It's just me.
Say it again.
Oh, I mean, all of my high school friends and my college and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty much the only social media person. I mean, everybody became accountants and stuff like that.
I can't say the same for me. Most of them were in jail. My brothers are in jail.
Hey, good for you. That's something to be proud of.
I'm just when luck meets effort, when luck meets effort,
Well, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so if anybody's watching this and they go, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to do something on YouTube, give them 3 tangible things, right? 3 tangible things if they want to start a YouTube channel today.
Your first video is probably going to suck. So do the best you can and get better with the next one.
Okay.
So, I mean, that would be one. Is a lot of people, paralysis through analysis, they want their first video to be perfect, when in reality, probably nobody's going to watch it anyway.
That's so true.
By the time anybody watches it, you'll already have 100 videos online, and you'll be able to say, wow, I watched your first video and you've got so much better. You're making great progress.
Yeah, that's true.
For one, don't get concerned about quality and all that related to the first one. Just do something, do your best. Because, I mean, that's what gets you going anyway. If you listen to the feedback from it, that's your own fault. Just do the best you can and figure out how to improve, knowing that your videos are going to continually get better. So I would say 1, and then number 2, just start out doing something you're genuinely fascinated in, because people can tell whether you actually are committed to what you're doing, or if it's just something that you're just going through the motions with as something to possibly make money with, or something like that. Because people follow passion, and if you're not passionate about something, like just yesterday, I went on a tour of this the Pabst Mansion, the guy that started Pabst Blue Ribbon and all that.
Oh wow, okay.
Here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you try to rebuild the house, it'd be like $35 million today. Crazy place, but I mean, it wasn't that special to the point where it was just some crazy outlandish thing. But I really had fun because our tour guide was legitimately passionate about everything. I mean, he made spoons cool. Don't
you love that?
So it's the passion of him got me excited about the tour. So I loved the tour. But if I went with a different tour guide that was just there and not as excited, it probably wouldn't have been fun. So that guy started a YouTube channel, I'd watch him. I wouldn't watch somebody else that was just giving me the information. So that would be number 2. And then number 3, probably just go into it knowing that you're on an uphill battle. If you go into it thinking that you're the wind's on your side, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
You're competing against millions of people.
There's a lot of noise to fight through.
Mm-hmm.
Even with 1 million subscribers or whatever now, we still have a lot of competition as far as for people's attention. So you got to keep on doing your best.
Yeah, yeah. And if I think if we can add a fourth one, it would be consistency, right? As you said before.
Consistency. For the past years, we've always been Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or for a while we were Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but we've never gone a week without content.
Yeah.
It's very easy for people to forget. And so always do your best. Yeah, consistency. It's like even when you're dieting and losing weight, I mean, you don't do well on the weekdays and take the weekends off.
Yeah.
So it's all about consistency each and every day, working to improve and do your best and do what you can.
Yep. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Hey, real quick to everyone watching, listening, this is Sensei Dave Armstrong from Unlimited Potential. I'm here with the amazing Rob Lason from U.S. Veteran Suicide Prevention Page, and we're blessed with amazing Randy Sentinel from from everything, from foodchallenges.com. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to you about foodchallenges.com. Is this where you want people to go and watch and just kind of connect with you? YouTube channel, what's better?
Foodchallenges.com is really only for people genuinely interested in food challenges. So there's over 100 articles of me teaching people what I did or what I do and what they can do. Basic information on how they can train, strategize, and are the 3 words that we have for win before you begin. If you train your body physically, have a good mental strategy, you'll have the confidence to dominate. And so pretty much that's just for if you're genuinely into food challenges. I have my own website, randysantel.com, so people can go there. But also, too, I just direct people to either Facebook or YouTube. Everything is Randy Santel. So all of our videos go on there.
Good. That's where everybody can follow you, support you, share your content. Yeah. It's all fun. I binge watched a few of your YouTube channel videos, and they're fun. I wasn't bored with any of them. They were all interesting. So I'm sure anyone that's not turned on to you, they should be and need to be right this second.
Well, in the week of the August 12th, I'll be starting my I call them sexifications, my diets. So 2021 starts the week of August 12th. So on Fridays, I'll be posting update videos and then providing a couple tips in each video of what I'm doing that other people can use and do for themselves. In 2023 or 2024, because of all my food challenges, once I'm a dietitian, once I have my master's degree and everything like that, I'll be the #1 followed dietitian in the world on social media. So wow. A lot of opportunity to help people with general basic nutrition and fundamental weight management.
Yeah, I agree 100. It's so noble that you realize that you have influence and you said, how can I really provide value and help humanity with this influence? And you said, you know what? I get my certification as a dietitian, my degree as a dietitian, and boy, we all need a good dietitian in our corner. The end. All right. Before you
either.
Yeah.
I'll pretty much be the first major one.
That's so cool. Hey, before we
from fitness oriented people. So I'm working on changing that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And people can see the spectrum with you. The spectrum with you. You were overweight. You have lost substantial weight. You know how to control your weight. And now you're learning how to help others control their weight. Yeah. The spectrum is there. Okay, so Brian we got to have one question, then we'll let you go, brother. I know you got to hop on a flight pretty soon.
Oh, we're all good.
Okay. Oh, we'll stay. Hey, I can stay on for hours, and we all see Rob likes to talk.
Hey, I'm busy. I'm busy trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat this. These little snack bars I got. I got a whole box of them.
Step one is open it.
Oh, open it and then insert, huh?
Here I am water fasting as we're talking about. I should have brought out. I should have made a big something to eat. That's what I should have done.
Hold on.
How many sweet T-shirts does it have to all over the years of? How many T-shirts over the years have you earned?
Brian, okay. Hey, thanks for listening. I've got 5. I'm working on number 6. I've got 5 completely packed 45 tubs of rolled up shirts. So they're all at mom and dad's house. Yeah, 5 45-gallon tubs, just of T-shirts, hats, hoodies, stuff like that. So
I got something for you. When you retire, we can go on a tour of group homes and foster homes in the United States, and you can donate these T-shirts to kids that don't have cool clothes.
that would be cool.
You should think about that. I know I'm putting you on the spot. I'm big. I do a lot of stuff with Big Brothers Big Sisters and CASA and foster homes, group homes. That's my thing.
Yeah, I'll have a big collection, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. My gosh.
It'd be a big blanket.
Rob is on your coattail here, man. He is. No joke. Rob said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it." I think you're challenging him.
Hey, thanks for watching.
What else? Hey, if anyone has a question for Randy, put it in the chat right now. Put it in the chat right now. We're going to stay for another couple of minutes. I want to make sure that we get everyone's question.
Yeah,
Any thoughts?
10 more minutes, then I got to get on to the airport.
Okay.
Katina's 30 on Saturday, so I'm going for her birthday.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Happy birthday to her. Oh, we got a question in from Dina. Question.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Basically, I'm going to be not stuck in, that would be a negative way to put it. I will be stationary in Milwaukee until May of 2022, doing my internship. So I've been not on purpose neglecting the Northeast. I haven't been able to get there, but a lot of it because you couldn't get there in 2020. And really, a lot of it's still almost shut off from what I understand. But we'll be getting there in the second half of next year. Katina and I will be there, Rhode Island, and pretty much Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all the states. So we'll be sure to let you guys know the schedule and see everybody then.
Okay, good. Yeah, COVID this past year has been pretty strange.
Hey, Randy, when's the next time you're going to go out to Philadelphia and catch you one of them cheesesteaks?
You know what? I actually
go down to Geno's or Pat's, get you one of them big cheesesteaks.
Philadelphia is a really fun city. I've been like 5 or 6 times, so I've done.
Oh, really?
Challenges that I know of, even on the New Jersey side too. So
oh, wow.
Any excuse to get to Philadelphia is a good one.
Right on. Nice.
So cool. That is super cool. I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. I remember back in the day, back in the 90s, when there were lockers in airports. You guys remember that?
Yeah, right.
I'm dating myself. You could rent a locker for $1, I think, and you could throw your stuff in the locker in the airport. So I had a layover in Philadelphia back in the early 90s, stuffed my stuff in the locker, ran outside to the first taxi. I said, take me to the best cheesesteak sandwich place that you can take me to within reason. And I had the most amazing Philly cheesesteak sandwich there. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I could still taste it. I could still taste it. All right. So before we let you go, brother, any parting words? Where can everybody? Well, we talked about where everybody can find you. Any parting words and then just reiterate where everybody can go find you, please.
Yeah, everything is Randy Santel, from what I understand, and I've done searches. There's only one, so I'm thankful that I don't have a common last name or even a first name either. I'm not Eric Davis, where there's 70,000 of me or something like that. But everything is Randy Santel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and thankfully not TikTok. I'm not on board that yet. But yeah, no, just appreciate you guys having me on the show. Definitely one of the things that I get commented, or I guess messaged about, is I guess appreciated, is people appreciate the positivity. So, I mean, negativity attracts negativity, and positivity attracts positivity. And you have a hell of a lot more fun smiling than you do complaining about stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So true. 100% true.
Try to look for the good stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hell, even dating somebody, I mean, there's 100 negative things to look down upon, but there's probably, if you're dating them in the first place, there's 1,000 things to look good on. So
yeah,
all about perspective.
It is. Trying to be optimistic and view things in a positive light can mean life or death.
A lot of people talk about my food and stuff. They always ask me if I've ever done a food challenge where the food wasn't good, and I say yes, but also a lot of that is because I take a lot of time to get ready. So I do, like, have you ever read any of those studies or whatever? Like people complaining about restaurant food and stuff like that? When the reality of it is people are taking longer to eat their food now because they're taking photographs and videos and all that. And then they're upset that their food, by the time they eat it, their food's cold.
No, I didn't.
I'm upset my steak's cold, but oh wait,
I've never freaking thought about that. Never heard that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, a lot of eating cold food is my fault, and I cannot be mad at the restaurant because I did that.
No.
We didn't really talk about this either. One of the big things is I learned this from Gary Vee, and I didn't learn it from Gary Vee, but he talks about it a lot, is always take interior control of the situation and what could I have done better.
Yep.
So when you leave other people to the blame and all that, I mean, there's no happiness in that. Figure out what you can do better and learn from it and all that.
Yeah. Not only is there no happiness from that, but there's no growth from that. So you're going to continue to be unhappy about the same thing because you've never been introspective about why. Yeah, why? Why the hell am I sitting here unhappy? Well, your steak's cold because Instagram needed a photo.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother, it was such a pleasure sharing this space with you, sharing laughs, and I appreciate you.
That was a lot of contacting back and forth.
Hey, Randy, we appreciate you over here at U.S. Veterans Suicide Prevention, page 22. We salute you for coming out and talking with us and stuff.
And everybody from the military. And I know Katina's was active in the Air Force. Now she's Air National Guard. So I appreciate everybody in the military for everything they do.
Yeah, we appreciate right back at you, Randy. We wish you a lot more success with your food and dietitian and everything. So.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate you tuning in to us. We appreciate you sharing, coming to laugh with us, to learn from us, and just be with us. So we wish you all well. We wish you all happiness, and make sure you're seeking your own joy, your own personal joy. It's worth it. You're worth it. The universe needs your inner beauty. Thank you, guys.